In your first year in junk removal, what did your
Mm.
marketing strategy look like?
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been talking about recently in my videos. It's just if I knew what I knew then, I'd be in a totally different point. I just went in, just had no idea what I was doing, and just full steam ahead, trial and error, underpricing the shit out of everything, taking every job I could get. Even the customers that would haggle with you, I'd let them haggle me. And my strategy for marketing was just Craigslist, because that was still kind of a little bit bigger thing back when I was first starting. So posting on Craigslist at least twice a day,
How
hitting
much
all those
how much
Facebook.
was your budget on Craigslist?
It's only $5 a post, so I would post like 2 times a day. That would get me probably like someone needed a couch removed out of an apartment, and I'd be like, do it for $100. So that'd be one bad, and then sometimes I could resell that couch, so that'd be like a win-win. And then just but Facebook, or not Facebook, Craigslist customers tend to be cheap. So once I figured out the Google ads and everything, I got out of that quick. But
Let me ask you, that first year when you were doing like the Craigslist and all the other marketing, were you saving? Were you storing all your clients in a logbook?
no, not till a while. Not till I had my buddy Carlos that owns Junk in the Truck Co. reach out to me over a Facebook post in one of those junk group chats. I was asking everyone about pricing. I was trying to figure out pricing. I was asking people to help me. And he actually reached out and called me. And then me and him had a good conversation. He shared with me what a pricing list is, which is a game changer. And we just, even since that phone call till this day, he's probably like one of my best friends. But still helps me to this day, because he's probably just like he's a little bit ahead of me. So I'm catching up on him, but he's a little bit ahead of me, and he's helped me a lot. He just started like 2 years, I would say, before me. But yeah, that was how it started for
Shout
sure.
out to Andrew Thompson
Trial
in
and
the chat. And the reason I also want to bring up Andrew is
error.
Andrew is actually the one that came up with, for me, that I discovered the price list. He was all
Yeah,
about with the
yeah,
clipboard and the price
yeah,
list. So I actually just got my clipboard in the mail yesterday, and
yeah.
I got my price list laminated and all, and I got two different ones for the two different areas I service because the prices are drastically different and all that. So
Yeah.
I just heard recently on your video that you said that when you went to the price list, you seen like major like gains, like you were gain. What was
Yeah, because the pricing list, I'm sure as you know, it's if your full load's $800, your half load's not $400. It's
five?
closer to probably, like mid 500. Some people are closer to 600. And that was one of the biggest things is when I was first starting for a 10 cubic yard trailer, the one that I had the wood walls on that I upgraded to pretty quickly, I was charging like $400 a trailer load. And then on the half of that, I was charging $200 because that's just how I thought pricing worked. The only thing I ever heard on pricing was a full trailer load, what people were charging. And I took what I heard people charging for like 16, 15 cubic yard trailers and then scaled it down to a 10 cubic yard. This is during COVID when everything was super cheap though. And so I just got stuck charging, $200 for a half trailer load. Probably like my whole first year I was doing that. And then once my buddy Carlos helped me out with the pricing and said I should be charging like 300 for a half. And he's like, you need to raise your 400 to close to 500. That's a game changer, especially because if you're charging half your full load price for a half load, it seems like it makes sense, but it's going to kill your margins. Your average job cost needs to be like closer to three-quarters of what your full load price is to really make money in this industry, or you're just going to be running around town all day and you're just going to be burning through profit because
Chicken with
margins are
no head,
shit.
man. Yeah, you got to keep those margins, and then especially if you're planning on scaling and you're going to be adding employees, you got to factor that all in right now from the beginning.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now, and I've recently changed the lower numbers, like the quarter load and the 1/8 load, and all that higher on my most recent price sheet because those jobs just kill you. Even though it seems crazy to charge someone like $250 for a quarter and like a 15 cubic yard trailer, it's just you can't be. If you get three-quarter loads, four-quarter loads in one day, you're running around all town for $200, $250 jobs all day. So, or I mean, not before I upgraded it to that, I was doing it for like 165, 185. And then after dump and the kid sitting next to me and I'm paying $20 an hour, that just doesn't work. So those super lower ones, like the 1/8 load, 1/6, 1/4, I kind of just like slap those to immediately what I found out 1-800 junk is charging. And I've already seen on my sales book this month, I did this pretty recently, and there's like a 39% increase in my average job cost just from upping those, because those little jobs are what really kill you. Like when someone calls you for 2 mattresses, you just can't be at like $120 like I used to be. It kills you. You got to charge what the bigger guys are going to charge, and they're going to be at 175, 205.
It's just the timing though with the dumps and traveling
Yeah,
around, it all adds up.
yeah, especially after the storm. I have a bunch of new private haulers because everyone had the idea to start a hauling company when the hurricane directly hit us. And so now there's a bunch of new guys, and the lines are twice as long. So I can't fill my truck up, with $150 jobs all day and go
Yeah.
sit in the dump all day because, it just doesn't add up. So having those prices right is just absolutely mandatory in the industry. And I wish I would have figured it out from day one, because that one year when I have a video posted where it says $14,000 and no employees, if you go way back on my channel, I don't have that many videos, so it probably won't be hard to find. But that's when I was charging $200 for a half trailer load for a 10 cubic yard trailer. If my prices were what they were today, that could have been a $30,000 a month
Wow.
if I was charging what I should have been charging. So that just shows how much pricing affects what your revenue and your profit margins and all that, and how your business is going to operate. It's either going to be set up to scale, or it's going to be set up just to make enough money for you to have beer money on the weekend. Like that's the difference. So that's what I've been figuring out over the years.